Just doing a little bit of bug testing on all my characters. This one, she hasn't got an outfit. She's got basic underwear. I'll show you. She's got basic underwear on. Very basic. Got band-aids on her boobs. I'm still deciding what kind of outfit, but she's got. She's probably one of the more articulated ones. I can't show you on YouTube, but she's fully anatomically correct and functional. And as you can see, at the mouth, I can do quiet noises. The mouth will open a little bit. She's got the full working jaw. She's got the look around, all that sort of stuff. Then if you look up the top left there, you got the brown one, which is food and health. I haven't gone for the survival thing. I've gone for more like, if the character takes damage, then to heal, you have to eat. But to eat, you've got to get food. So I've given it a limit of 10, so you can only have 10 heals. So think of it as heals, but it's food. These little shrubs here, you can come up, gather from them. That's one food. And then if you take damage, at the moment I haven't put the things that you can't eat when you're full health, so you can waste your food by eating. So I'm on here just doing a little bit of bug testing, going, okay, is this good, is this good? I've saved it, so it's all up to save and everything like that. I'm looking like if there's any bugs, like does the character have any weird poke throughs? Like when you move, does it massively like poke anything poke out? When you do a lot of jumping around, does anything glitch out, stick in the wrong spot? Because like it's got dynamic hair. The mouth moves. The breast are three-piece. So there's the part that's attached to the chest. Then there's the closest part to your chest. That part moves ever so slightly and it's very springy. Very stiff, sorry. And then there's the end part, which is very springy. And that moves the most. That's what gives you the boob jiggle, the jiggle it's got. The parts you can't see, they're articulated, stuff like that. It's all, yeah. So it'll never get released because, you know, pornographic, even though it's not, it's just anatomically correct. So I've got like circle to reach down and your right trigger to search. So I'm trying to make it as interactive as possible. I haven't given it a stamina, but it's got the run. It does have a fart function. Sound is temporary at the moment. I'm going to make my own sounds. She's at a point where technically I can throw into a map and use it. It's usable. So that's why I'm doing bug tests. I thought I'd stream a little bit of it. And if I come into here, you can see like if I rewind, and because no, I haven't. Because if I go to edit mode, rewind, and go to save, you can see like it saves grayed out. It means I haven't changed anything since the last save. Coming up to public usable characters. The last one I put up public is this one, which is my basic. I don't know whether I showed or not. It's my very basic survival chip. It's a chip that you can place into your puppet. Touchpad toggles the HUD up on and off. Green's food, blue's water, yellow's supplies. Hook up to the green one, it sort of glows. You press square, you collect, hold up to 10. Once you've got it, you can push triangle to eat one. It will then regen the food back up to 100. Standing in the blue thing, and then hitting square will regen the water, put it back up to 100. It's super basic. Nothing special about it. When it drops to 0 on food or water, it has a chip in it that will slowly do damage to to your puppet. That's why the health is off to the right. Now obviously if you're going to say have your puppet's health be alterable in any way, then this health bar has to be rewired. But if it's a basic puppet with a basic 100, because there's a health bar in the chip, there's a health thingy in the chip, which is set to a default puppet's thing. So as it does damage, it will damage the survival chip, and if your puppet has the exact same setting health, then they'll be the same. So the 100 there would be 100 in your puppet. But if your puppet starts with 150, then this will either need to be set differently by going into it and changing the settings, or you'd have to do a wire or a connector or a signal from your puppet's health to that health. That's all you have to do. Or even just have your puppet's health show up and turn that one off. Because that is literally just a display. That only shows display of whatever's, is getting done. It doesn't say, see, it's a 0 and the health's slowly going down. At the moment it's on slow, because if people put it on, I don't want them going, oh my god, this is shit, it's draining way too quick. As soon as you drink, it'll stop it from going down. And obviously eating will stop it from going down with the food. I haven't got the functionality in it that when it's at a certain point that it's to heal, because I figured if you want to add your own healing system, you can. But this is literally, you can grab the chips to get in your puppet and off you go. But that was the last one I put up publicly, so as you can see it's remixable. That puppet there, I believe is, yeah, that puppet's up. That is probably the closest to the one I'm using now. Again, it's more of an anime styled character. This one has slightly more sculpted parts to it, so like the upper arms, the lower arms are all a little bit more sculpted. I'm still not going for realism, with the fact that it's near on impossible to get an actual seamless body. Like this guy here, the one that I made that one there, as you can see, that's Vorium, or Vorium, whatever you say it. He made it. It's actually it's a really good puppet, and it's a realistic looking puppet. So if I go into there, it is a good puppet. It is realistic. The head's a little big, but other than that, it's all really good. It's all moves, but you can still see all. It's not gonna let me because it's too far out. But like there's knee joints, you can see the seams. Right, it's subtle, but you can see it. He's done a really good job. He's probably spent hours on this one, probably even days. It's like, and I'm not gonna sit down this long just to make it look realistic and be seamless, and then have it not be, because like with this puppet, if you move extremes, you can see weirdness happen, and I'm trying to avoid that and have it as seamless as possible. And to do realism and have that happen, you would have to do so many little tricks of the trade to get it to sit just right that it's so not worth it. So I haven't bothered. Like one of the tricks of the trade is to use multiple pieces to make it look like it's blended, and stuff like that. Kind of artificially simulate double jointing, which ball joint dolls use. So they've got on the knee, let's see if I can this the way. On the knee, you have a ball up here, and you have a ball down there, and in the middle of those two balls is a very short segment, so you can bend the knee. As I'm doing hand signals and you can't see it, you can bend the knee really sharp, and there's no weirdness to it, no extra pokage or anything like that. You could try and trick it to do that, but that one is a muscle test. He has genitalia, so it's like I'm not going to show it on YouTube. But when you pull a trigger, he flexes, and like his chest muscles, the six pack, his arms, and all that, the muscles pop out. It was a test. It actually works really nicely. I'm thinking about making a, in brackets, censored version to put up on the thing for public use. That one's public as well. I've been at comments. This one here I've written here while I'm recovering. I had COVID a little while back, and I done this while I had COVID. As I was recovering from COVID, I'd done this. It's like I was feeling like shit. It's like I done it. I thought I might as well put it up, so I put it up. It's similar to one that I've already put up, but it's like when you're doing the full walk forward, you can see on the top of the legs where it meets the hip, there's a little bit of bulge there from the leg. But it's like, if someone uses it, someone uses it. 6 thumbs up, so that one there isn't up because it's got a toggleable gender system. I'll give you a quick look. As you can see, it's got a crease on the bottom, so it's technically a neutral right now, and if you bring up that, you can add, for example, the breasts, and then if you do it again, you can add nipples. I'll give you a quick look, you can add that. It is dynamic, so turn them all on or off. That's not up because it's anatomically correct. Boob jiggle, how dare you? Penis, how dare you? A male with a penis, or anything in between with a something you're born with, how dare you? So yeah, politically correctness, censorship, all this is getting way out of hand, and I'm getting pissed off with it. So this sort of shit, I'm just not putting up. The ones that I make that I want to say very, very basic, or starting points, if you want to call them that, yeah, I'll put them up. But this one here, for example, this one here is a killable puppet, basically. When it dies, it spawns a corpse. But again, it's anatomically correct, so yeah, it's not realistic because it with the joins and shit, it's like, what's the point? But then you got ones like this one here, for example. That one there's a little bit slightly more realistic, but it's still not realistic because I don't want to go for the realism, because if you go realistic and then like at a T-pose it looks awesome, but then the second it moves, bits are poking through. It's like, nah, I wouldn't better cope with it. It'd drive me nuts. So yeah, this one was another one I put up, which was faking the collisions, because you can't make an actual cloth system. I do have one that's using flattened cubes, and it's meant to be a realistic look, but the collisions, the actual collisions are shit. Don't even bother trying to make a collision. So I faked it using, if you come over here, this red ring that's on his leg, or its leg, has a tag in it, and then the cloth piece has a tag, a chip in it, and the cloth piece's chip goes, okay, is the tag close? If the tag is close, do a pose, and the pose is simply move away from the situation. So like, I'm pretty sure I had a button that I could press to, oops, that's extra. There you go. See how it's kind of, it's faked. It's not a real collision. It's like if I walk over to here and hit the one that's not attached on the puppet, you can see it's moving forward. It's registering the tag in the puppet and it's going, oh, I've got to move in that direction, but it's the wrong direction. So it's a faked collision. It's in an attempt to see like, how can I fake a good cloth system and have it not be the laggiest thing on the planet, because I've got one that's it is playable. Wait, so if I go that one and that one and go play, this is the closest to a real cloth ish that I've been able to achieve. Like obviously I could sit there and try and smooth out the connections there, but as you can see, like it collides like relatively well. Again, it's semi-faked. It does have like you can kneel down. It's not colliding with the puppet. Again, it's if I go to rewind, exit. If I go to here, because I can edit, no one else can. If I come in and then go turn on everything like this, you'll see inside the legs there's sculpts. Inside there there's sculpts. The brown parts up there there's sculpts. That's what it's hitting, not the puppet. So if we go into play mode, go like this. If you hit circle, yeah, circle, it shows you what it would be like over a set of breasts. So obviously the breasts aren't visible. They're in brackets hit boxes. But as you can see, like how slow it's moving. Whereas if I turn that off, it's just a little bit quicker, but it's slowing down. So the program, it's not real keen on it because the amount of, because you look at it there, like each piece of that cloth has what, a row of what, 6, and it's 3 wide, so it's, yeah, that says 1, 2, 3, 4 there. There's another 2 at the top there. So that, all those there have, like each square has a hinge and a couple of connectors, a couple of elastic things. So it's hard on the thing, and if you do a lot of like jumping around, they get tangled up in each other. So that's why it's a test. It does state it can be laggy. A lot of people think lag is in like you're missing frames or you do inputs and it takes time for it to do it. No, just the simple fact that if you turn it on, the character's moving slower, and then you turn it off and the character's moving a little bit quicker. That's the lag. Like, and obviously if I was to have 3 of these puppets and they're all moving around, actually if I exit and go remix, just to show you what I mean, if I get that and go, it's not going to like this at all, and go play, that's just 3 guys, and look how slow it moves. And then obviously if you turn on the extra, it'll be even slower, and that's the lag I'm talking about. It's the program itself is struggling with all the actually what I can do is I can show you is what I mean. If I come in and go like that, each one of those yellow dots is a hinge. So each one of those is hinging, and then if you come in closer, you probably can't see them, but you can just make it out. There's another connector there. So each one of these squares is connected to the one below, and it's also connected to the one next to it, all with connectors. And the more connectors you got, the more it struggles. So it's like, oh, no way in the world am I doing this. So yeah, it's struggling big time. That's why it's literally a test. It's only playable. I could, in theory, make it like remixable and see if someone can make a better version of it. But it's like, nah. Don't want to rest the wallet. That's only got 10. See, that's only a playable as well. The ones that are playable and only playable, there's usually something about them that Media Molecule will go, like this one here, I think it's got a crease and a set of boobs. And Media Molecule, it's got a crease. How dare you give a female a crease? Like, again, it's not as detailed as my latest one, but like there's no anatomic parts. Like there's no, reproductive things. It's literally a crease, and they'll have a hissy fit about it. So that's probably why I haven't released it. As you can see, this one's more of a cartoon or anime style. Other one doesn't have the looky eyes. It's got the auto look eyes. Okay. But I put it up so people can play it, give it a try. If they like it, they can throw me a message and say, look, is there any chance we can get our own version of it or something like that? I can alter it and, you know, maybe make it releasable. But then it starts going back to the older stuff, and if I go public, which means mixable, that one I just showed you, that one I showed you, that one I showed you, there's my joggers. Yes, joggers are shoes, Americans. It's a model that you can place on your puppets. So as you can see, this one here's got them matched up. The other one, it's literally just going to place it over the feet. They're made in a size that'll fit over the basic puppet's feet, and you can, it's got the soles, it's got the tops, and it's got the, in this particular case, it's got socks. It's just a style thing, in case you want to place on your puppets. I made it public. Yeah, so there's one piece there, sole's another piece, back sole's another piece, and that's another piece, and then sock's a piece. So it's what, 5 pieces. Stick it on your puppet on each foot. Obviously these get attached to the toe, they get attached to the heel, they get attached to the leg, and there you go. You got shoes on your basic shoes on your thing. They're my scratch built hands. I'm not happy with the thumbs, and the fingers move in a weird way, so I haven't continued with them. So if I come around here, if I do I have the, yeah, so if I go like that, you can see like the way the fingertips flick down at the end. I was having an issue with the posing. They look okay, but if you look from the side, the thumbs seem really fat, so I'm gonna have to thin them down. So yeah. Hands and feet. I'm less struggling with the hands, but the feet, oh, pain in the ass. I do have a foot sculpt that is 2 pieces. It's the toes and the heels. So like the shoes, you just stick it on your puppet. They're not perfect, but who's looking at your feet while you're running around trying to solve puzzles? I think I showed the tongue off. It's a, as you can see there, you can see the joins, 4-segment tongue. If you put it inside your puppet's head, you have it straight, and then you have it poke out and do the blah, 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 blah type thing. Or when you're doing the L noise, you can roll it up. One thing I can show you is with it, if I come in, where'd you go there? If I pull, is it shoulders? No. What button was it? I can't remember what button it was. Could have sworn there was a button I had to press to. Doesn't matter. Either way, it can roll up, it can roll down. This big thing here is just so you can find it, and because it's a tiny little tongue. So this is literally just so you can find it. And then when you place it, you can come in and you can delete that. With the small objects, I'll normally put something like that as a, and it's usually lit, so that if you're in a big scene and you're going, oh, where the hell is it? You can like find it. If I come into edit mode and bring X-ray on, just to show you. So that's all it is. Thing, 3 little hinges. Oh, this one doesn't have it. So if I now turn off that, you got lick, which is just the basic up downs. Then it's got the down extreme and the up extreme. This one here just does, if you watch the tops, it does basically the same as what the tops do, just slightly less. So they're on their own poses. Super basic, easily to use. Just throw in your puppet. Wire it up so that when its mouth is open, it lifts up. When the mouth is closed, it goes down. Whatever. There's the eyes. I've showed the eyes before. Again, it's got the marker on it, but because the eyes are bigger, the marker is smaller, and it's pointing forward, so you can align it if you want to. It has the looks, has all the shadowy tops, highlighted bottoms, the pupils dilate, it's got the blink, it's got the red on the side, it's like, it's all there. Throw it in your puppet, off you go. No wiring needed at all. You can wire into it, so if you want it to do look up or look down when you move the camera, you can do that easy enough through the chip. And Dallas was, I'm getting back to really like stuff I'm pretty sure I've shown before. If I go to all, that one there is one that I'm tweaking. It's an older puppet that I'm retweaking to make it up to date. That's the offline version of the one I showed before. There's a one that's basically like a treasure hunt. Again, it's not public because the puppet has, I'll give this quick little, it's got breasts, like, and with nipples on it, and, oh my god, a breast with a nipple, how dare you? So yeah, Astro Boy, a re-imagination of it. If anyone knows what Astro Boy is, then you'll know what it is. So that one's up, but it's private. Because it's very basic. They'll still have a hissy fit with it. So as you can see, like, it's very basic, but I've gone, okay, what if, what button was it now? Touchpad, yeah. He's got, it's very basic, it's just a shaft and stuff like that. And then if I go to the female, well, of course the female doesn't really have anything, it just changes the color, but it's like super basic, it's like, but that would have a fit with that. They'd go, oh my god, anatomically correct, how dare you? Think of the children. A switch here somewhere where you can actually, like, there, mature. That would be like, if you tick an icon when you create it, that only people that have got the maturity thing ticked on theirs can view it. That'd be like grouse. Stair puppets, all that shit I've shown before. That's what I showed a minute ago. There's my cyberpunk one. I think I've shown it. I haven't done anything with it since. So it's come up to the mirror because I'm so over these a-holes. It's like I have not done anything with it. Again, that's got the dynamic thing. It's even got the whole, you know, like in Cyberpunk you can change the type, whether it's circumcised or not. It's all in there. But it's like Media Molecule would not be happy with that at all. So yeah, it's not up because of that. And I was gonna make the hallway outside, but it's like Cyberpunk just updated, and I'm like, these fuckers are still doing what they're doing. It's like I haven't done anything with it because I'm just over them. It's like I'm in the situation. Like, I used to be their fan when The Witcher 2 was out. I completed The Witcher 2 for a beginning to end, and I very rarely finish a game like that. In the last 10 years, I think I've done like 5 or 6 games. Saints Row, and a couple of other games. Watch Dogs Legion, I did it. The Watch Dogs before it, I didn't. I got most of the way through, but then it's like, I gave up. But Witcher 2 I completed all the way. Witcher 3 I didn't, only go like a quarter of the way into it and sort of gave up with it. But then this Cyberpunk came out, and it's like, I actually want to run them over with buses. So yeah, so this is literally at its state. I have shown it before, I'm pretty sure of it. Some more puppets, an edited head. That is so I can test puppets, I can plonk their head on. It's not my creation, somebody else's. A car, I think that's one I placed on somebody else's, so that's why it's private. I could have sworn I released it. It's just somebody else made the base, I just made a body for it. I gave it headlight, but I can't remember what headlight button was. Oh, there it is. So I didn't make the actual mechanics of it driving around because I've tried to make them, and me being a designer and have done some engineering work, to make it the way that I make it in real life, it does not convert. What else we got? There's the hands. Those two creations aren't mine. They're edited versions. That's an edited version. So you don't have to be a creator. You can literally come on in and like grab other people's shit. But that's the test. Oh, that's like a screensaver clock thing I made. So you can toggle between the two time zones, and then I think that's all you could do. You couldn't move them around. So it displays the times, it displays the date, and then you can see the shadow of the puppet just standing there. Eventually, the puppet will randomly walk through the screen. Or do I make it walk through the screen? Yeah, this is really all it does. I was playing around with the daylight sensor. It's like, yeah, you press X and you then you tell the puppet to walk. That's all it does. Super simple thing. My puppet add-ons. So if you want to create your own puppet, you can use some of my stuff here. That's more heads. So I do have a couple of head sculpts. And hands. I do have a whole... If I go character... I'm pretty sure I'll call it character creation kit. If I go public... no, playable. See these add-ons. There's the kit. Okay, so it's got some basic bodies. There's the foot. There's the tail. There's a skirt piece. There's some full bodies if you need a full body. There's a basic head or just the eyes. So these aren't the newest eyes. They're the older eyes because as you can see, it's 2021 last year. But these puppets here are all relatively... That there is a basic puppet, but with some sculpted pieces, you know, so it looks more human rather than wooden doll. The male has a bigger chest than the female. The female has, I think, has bigger hips than the... But generally speaking, it's just a basic puppet. There's no frills, nothing. So you can grab that, re-sculpt it, plonk a head on it, or plonk some eyes in it, give it a foot, give it a tail, put a skirt on it. You make a character here. That's a survival... No, it's a HUD. If you go to view... I think I've showed this before. Super basic HUD. Using up energy takes the green bars away. They slowly replenish. Taking health damage, the red bar will go down. And it's got a count on, so say if you want levels or collectibles or whatever, you can plonk it there. You don't have to wire it, but if you want it to work good, you got to do a little bit of wiring. My Steve, that's my personal one to show people how you can make your own. It's based on the Minecraft characters, sort of, loosely. So it's using their proportions. That's why the arms and the legs, it looks weird because it looks like it's got tiny legs because the arms are so big. Whereas a human being, the arms are smaller than the legs. But it's articulated, it's paintable. So you want to make your own characters. There's a basic character, I believe. It's... Huh? Oh no, there it is there, okay. So it's remixable. You can download it, edit it, make it your own character. Now obviously in Minecraft the body doesn't bend, but this one does. Arms and legs, these bend. In Minecraft it doesn't. And I haven't gone, as you can see like with the knees, I haven't gone and made it so that when you bend it doesn't poke through. I've just literally made it to shape and articulated it. That's all I've done. I was gonna make a one where it would bend and you'd see the curves, but it's like if I do that, is it going to look weird? Because Minecraft doesn't have curves. Minecraft's always square edges. So it's like, I'll leave it. If I feel like doing it, I always can. I see then they're really old ones. If anyone's curious on how these buttons here work, if you filter it, this one here shows the save locations. This one is the type, and this one here is like, is it how many likes it's got or views it's got and stuff like that. So that's how they all work. So when you go into search, you can type in here and go, okay, I want it. Public means it's mixable. Playable means you can only play it. Save locally means it's only saved on the console, and that sort of stuff. Well, I leveled up. Well, I might call the stream here, guys, but that's what I've been up to on Dreams. I am still working. So the guy that sent me the message, actually, if I look in here, where is it? Yellow Windows 7. I had COVID. I've recovered from COVID. That, what you probably saw was when I was recovering, I made it. I didn't release it when I finished it, but I released it a little bit later. Since that creation, like if you look in here, it is, where is it? It's back here somewhere, yeah. So, was it that one? I think it was that one. Or was it that one? It was one of them. But I've done this puppet, done that, retweaked that one, doing that one, like, that's the basic. That one's upgraded, bells and whistles. As you can see, they're up online, but they're private. So if someone wants a copy of this, I can technically share it with them. I can do a collab with it and stuff like that, but I'm not releasing it because Media Molecule, all these punces, prudes out there that say, oh, can't do this, oh, that's offensive. Oh, go shag yourselves. Okay, well, I'm going to call it, guys. Stay safe, look after yourselves, and I'll catch you all next time.